All right, and we are back here with the TNEC cast episode 47. And I just want to say it again. Thank you for rocking with us for over a year. We didn't really make a big what to do about it. And then we have I'm just gonna say it right now, we have a big congratulations in order because when we're coming back, you know, Mr. Cooper is now a part of the dad club. Gigi is here, Gigi, Ciara, everybody's doing good. So we want, as a group, send our congratulations, our love, and that's just amazing. So episode 47, we're back. Like we always say, like, comment, subscribe. You will notice that we have another family member that's joining us. I'm not gonna do the introduction, but I'm gonna pass it over to the weapon, see how he's feeling, and we're gonna rock and roll.
I am chilling, right? But most importantly, I want to introduce you guys to the brains of this operation, of becoming the best bodybuilder that I can be. Mr. Phil Jackson, Kyle Santos.
What's up, guys? Nah, it's a pleasure to be on here, man. Like, I watch every episode, like I said earlier, and just to be here to talk to you guys, I'm eating breakfast, I'm listening to you guys, and just like digging in that mentality, beyond the educational stuff you guys say. It's just about like when I'm feeling like, oh man, like this shit sucks, I don't want to eat this. It's like, dang, Isaac and Cooper just going in. So I'm like, all right, I gotta no, bro, but I'm dead ass. Like, you guys motivate me, so I'm really happy to be here because I know when more people start listening to this, and you guys are so consistent with it, it'll really make a difference in other people's mentality. So
1000%. Appreciate that, man. So let's go back to the very beginning of young Kyle Santos.
young Kyle Santos.
Whenever you first decided to step on stage, what made you decide to step on stage? Was it the women? Was it the challenge? Why was it?
Yeah. So this is some Asian shit right here. Let me tell you what happened. So I've been lifting though, like just to backtrack even before that, like between eighth and ninth grade, my dad forced me to go in the gym. I just played video games all day. But anyways, like I wanted to impress the girls, in high school. So that's how I started working out. And yeah, it worked, right? Like it got me the confidence to actually talk to people. That's the biggest thing. You just got to be able to talk. But first year of college, I got caught up in that partying and not really studying, like that lifestyle that I didn't really enjoy, and I actually hated it. Like, but all my friends, that's all they did. So I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? So I was still lifting at the time, and my grades were really bad. I'd never gotten anything below a C before in my life. I look at my grades at midterms, and I'm like, holy crap! I have two D's, two C's, and I'm barely passing, And I'm like, you know what? I want to stop this. And I was like, I always wanted to compete. I'm like, I feel like I know I'm not the type of person to cheat myself. So I look for a local coach and I'm like, hey, I want to compete. Put me on a diet, put me on prep. And then I just stopped going out because I know going out would just be counterproductive to my goals. So that's how I decided to, get on stage. So that was 19-year-old me. Damn, that was young. I'm old.
So what was your first competition?
It was 2017, the Diamond Classic in South Florida. That was a good time. Like you probably know that feeling. Your first competition is nothing like both of you. It's just it's like you. I feel like most people know if they want to keep doing it or not after that first one. Yeah, either win or lose. Like you just know. It's like you either feel like, crap, I lost. I want to prove myself that I know I can win this thing, or you won and be like, dang, I'm really good at this, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So it's like it's always one of those things. But some people it's like, oh, it's not for me. The whole prep was not a good experience. But for me, it was great. Like I know I'm gonna keep doing this for the next decade probably. So
And how'd you do at that first show?
Oh, it went really well. Like I won the teen overall, I won the novice, and I got fourth place in the open. And but it was fun because it was like a whole bunch of trophies and my family was there, my best friends were there. I was like, and everyone was so supportive, bro. But it was scary. It was a scary feeling at first, because you go in there and me and Cooper, he would always tell me like the check-in day before the competitions, like everyone just looks so good and massive.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell, man? But you once those stage light hits, no matter how much smaller you are, you just know who looks better and who doesn't. And to be truth, like it doesn't matter how hard you work. Like at that moment, like if someone just looks better than you, then I'm sorry. Like that's just how it is. So you have to work hard just so you prevent that as much as possible. But sometimes someone worked less hard than you, but they just look better. Like I hate to say it, that's the nature of the sport, right? Yeah.
Sometimes, man, sometimes those genetics just
They take over, man.
it is what it is.
But when you got both of them, when you got the work ethic and some Phil Heath type thing, man.
Yeah.
Yep. That's really what it is.
So you said from a decade to now you kind of want to keep competing and growing.
Yeah.
So
100%.
what are your goals? So I know your goals, kind of. Well, tell the people, in like 15 or let's say 10, 15 years down the line, how many Olympia titles do you want?
Olympia titles. See, okay. I want to say this, like, so I'm not. It's just a different goal, right? Like before, when I was started, I was like, I want to win the Olympia. Honestly, my biggest goal is not really. I don't care for winning the Olympia anymore. But I want to make it to the Olympia stage. So currently, that's my biggest goal there. So definitely turn pro. Like, there's no doubt. Like, I know I'm gonna make that happen, and there's no doubt I can get it on the Olympia stage. I don't know if I want to sacrifice the lifestyle I want for my future, like other than bodybuilding and fitness, like when it comes to family, friends, and like building my own life, traveling. Like, I don't want to sacrifice some of those things to be able to win an Olympia title. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a lot of sacrifice to get to that level. Only one person a year wins that title.
Yeah.
Like, people forget that. Like, people say that. I see a lot of kids say that in the gym. I'm going to go to Olympia. I'm going to win it. Like, I hate to say it. Like, yes, do it. Like, strive for it. But, I don't think a lot of people realize the sacrifices that comes with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially, as a newly father, I'm sure you see, like, there's things too.
It's actually funny that you say that because we talked about it.
Yep, it motivates you more, right?
It
I
just
love that.
Fires me up more, right? And Isaac, I know you can probably attest to this too, where it's just like as soon as I saw her, because like being like with my wife being pregnant, it's just like she's there. I know she's in there, but it's different whenever you hold her. And now it's just like the next time we went to the gym, it's just like there's someone trying to take food from her mouth. And it's sick. I played the sick game. I was
it is a sick game.
It's a sick game. And oh man. I envisioned my daughter saying, "Daddy, I'm hungry." Whoo! And then that's the fire under your ass. And you go. Right? And that's the impact that I want to have. But back to you. I know for me, I know my dad, he's big into bodybuilding now. And if I didn't step on stage, he would never care about Phil Heath, nobody, anything. And like it encouraged him to be healthier and live a healthier lifestyle. Have you experienced that something in your lifestyle?
Oh, 100%, man. Like even with my family, like because I'm an immigrant Filipino, so we eat a lot of like Asian foods, and it's not necessarily the best thing. There's sauces and just sodium through the roof, but them seeing me work hard, it's like, hey, I want to start eating a little bit healthier. And like when I started going to college, I've had like 3 roommates, and bro, like not even to brag or anything, but it's like they see me eating, like I've inspired like my roommates to eat better and get to the gym. I think the thing with bodybuilding, if you do it in a non-cocky way and you truly just love it and you do it for yourself, people just notice and you inspire people, because who doesn't want to be healthier? Who doesn't want to gain a little bit more muscle? Who doesn't want to burn a little more fat? I would say 99% of the world want that. So if they see someone doing it near them and they see it's possible, it's like, shit, why not? I'll do it too. So it inspires people for sure. Yeah. Your dad's been sliding in my DMs though, so I know he's into that.
I wouldn't doubt it. Man, he's excited, man. He's super excited.
I'm excited. Have you announced yet the plan?
No, only to Isaac and my wife.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
So we'll keep that quiet then.
Yeah.
All I'll say is he got a good reaction out of me.
Oh yeah. a good reaction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the only spoiler I'll give, and I wasn't shocked because he saw me roll my eyes when he told me, was things were moving up a little bit, Yeah, I wasn't surprised because I said to him a couple of times, I was like, so what's the plan now? What's the plan now? 'Cause I know how I
I
know.
only found out about it this like what yesterday, 2 days
It
ago.
was
So
2 days ago because I got the phone
it was
call
pretty
like
fresh.
4 days ago. And
Yeah.
I'm not, because I don't know if my wife's going to listen to this. I haven't told her yet, right? And so I was sitting there, I was like, well, do I want to take this risk? And I'm like, I mean, I could. Or because I just like I feel so ready, and I feel great, and especially with your guidance, everything has just been running so smoothly.
Oh yeah,
Um,
this off season has been amazing for you.
Amazing. So, talk about your other clients, especially ones about to go into prep. What are some
Yeah,
philosophies that you have to kind of get them stage ready?
bro. So you know how my philosophy is, and I think you really like relate to a lot of like my philosophy. It's really simple, man. I hate doing the macros thing like with the diet, just because not that I don't believe the science that it works. I know 100% the macros work, but the biggest problem that I don't do it with any clients, especially competitors, is because people don't know how to track, man. Like my fitness pal doesn't even, it's not even accurate, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's better than nothing, but at least if I give you the exact amount of food you're gonna eat, now you got no excuses. You've seen my programs.
Mm-hmm.
It's this exact amount of what food, and then you make it your own way. But if I tell you 50 grams of carbs, and let's say you're using rice like every bodybuilder, like bro, there's a million measurements online. I'm sure you guys both know 85 grams of rice is like 25, but some of them are 110 for 25 grams. Like, so what the hell? Like at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It's the volume. If you're eating the same thing and you increase the volume of food, your calories increase. If you
Mm-hmm.
decrease it, your calories decrease, And that's pretty much my whole approach with the diet. Like the base, bro, I'm so basic. Like that's why I'm not flashy. I can't sell myself as a flashy coach, but I know it works.
Mhm.
You know, keeping your protein high so you maintain as much muscle as possible. And with training, there's still a lot of misconception. They think if you're cutting, you gotta increase your reps, but not really, man. Like if your diet is already making you lose muscle, at least have your training maintain or even try to gain muscle. Because if you're training like an endurance athlete and you're eating like someone like losing body weight, then you're just gonna lose all your muscle and yeah, your fats too, but we don't want to lose that muscle, especially
Mm-hmm.
when you're competing, because you can really tell who's a string bean on stage and who kept as much muscle as possible. So yeah, that's my whole philosophy, bro. Do the most, do the least to get the most. Get the most out of doing the least. That's a better
Yeah.
way to say it. So that's literally it. When it comes to training and dieting.
So speaking of, your coaching, we had my coach on, so we asked James this question. So you knew this question was coming.
Which one
What
is
is
this?
it? What is it like coaching Mr. Cooper?
Oh, dude, it's funny. I was just talking. I don't even want to. I don't even want to say what I told him last night. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about,
yep,
right?
yep. I'll tell you
Let's just say
offline.
Cooper is the easiest person to coach. Like no one compares because this guy. The only thing that I really gotta hold him down on is to calm down. Like
Yeah.
this guy is like go 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 go. Like other people, I gotta encourage them to go 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 go. But this guy, dude, after his first show after we called off his season last season, bro, 1 month later, he was like, "What about if we do a show in 4 weeks?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Wait, do you know about this, Isaac?" Like, dude, he was like, "So hear me out, coach.
Hear me out. Hear me
Four
out. Hear me
weeks."
out.
I'm like, "No, bro. What?"
Oh
Yeah, and
man.
then I told him like, let's take a 1 year off, and then here we are now. He still found a way to not take a full year off.
Nope.
So
I'll take 6 months,
see,
man.
yeah.
So
So that bro, easiest client ever. Honestly, I don't even know how he found me. How'd you find me, bro?
I think we talked about this. It was Instagram. Like it was completely random because like
Because you were living
in
in
your
Japan at
caption,
the time.
yeah. And I think I was following you. And do you know what's his name? Izzy, um, Wordard or something like that? Because
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think I got him from you, and I followed you, and then like in the bottom of like one of your captions says like DM for like coaching and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, well, I can't coach myself, so I did no research, didn't look up any other coaches, and it was just like, this guy knows what he's doing, I guess. I don't know.
I think at the time I was working with Joe Bennett and Terrence too, so you know that I got because during that time I did have a lot of clients because I was working with them on their YouTube channel, so a lot of their philosophies transferred into my philosophies too, and I'm really happy about it because clearly what they do is
It's
working because they're training some of the best athletes in our sport. So yeah.
So with training Kyrie, and I know, see, some people may not understand the compliment of saying that it's easy to coach him because you know you give him the plan, he's going to do it. So from a philosophy standpoint, there are a lot less Kyries, you know. So
100%.
How do you adjust? Like, so you know you have, so as you're building, because right now you're building your team. How do you adjust from I'll call it the typical mindset where you kind of got to push them and did you really do this? And then you have, you know, a Kyrie where give him the plan and then, you know, how do you?
Yeah. So Kyrie's really different just because honestly, I've never had another client like that. Like usually someone needs a little bit of push, you know. Obviously there's a lot of good clients too, but as a personal trainer myself as well, I train people in person. Just from experience, man, the reason to get people to get shit done is when you ask them like what are your goals, it's always gain muscle, lose body fat, right? But it's like no, that's not what I'm looking for. You got to ask the right questions and be like, what's that underlying motivation? Why did you come talk to me in the first place? You know, like I hate to say it might be a little messed up, but like I had this one client, I'm not going to name any names. She's a woman and she was like, I see my husband always looking at other women, like when we're walking around. And then like, I'm like, all right, now we found the motivation. Like you're here to look better so your husband can give you that attention. So now, like, you know, when you talk about that and they're open about it, so like, oh, that's why you want to gain muscle and lose body fat, right? And now she's killing it, man, in the gym, in her diet. Cause, you know, initially she said, you know, gain muscle, lose fat. But I'm like, but why really? So it's always finding that underlying motivation. That's how you get it out of people. And that's a lot easier said than done. Like a lot of people don't want to share stuff like that, you know. And sometimes they don't even know. They don't really know it for themselves. So yeah, for me it was a breakup. Like high school girlfriend cheated on me. So I'm like, hey, you know, I'm gonna get sexy as hell. So
damn right.
Just never stop from there. So,
damn right.
Yeah. So that's how. What about you, man? Like, what's your approach in like getting your clients to really push themselves when they don't have it, like Kyrie does?
Well, on the competition side, it's a little bit easier because I always I say to them, I'm like, you don't want to embarrass yourself up there.
Yeah, that is true.
You kind of embarrass me as the coach.
Yeah.
That's up there, bright lights, people taking pictures and everything like that. So that's one of the things I say. And then the other thing is you have to do a lot of front end work to kind of find out what makes people tick.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about competition right now. So when people, I'm like, well, what makes you want to compete? You know, all these different things. So I'm just listening to them. So I'm trying to figure out what can I bring up when they're not following it, because usually it's usually not following the diet is the problem 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Getting people if I have to push you to work out,
that's supposed to be the fun part.
Yeah, something. But you know, really getting people to understand, you know, because I always say, like, remember you told me during the consult you wanted this so bad. You were willing to do A, B, and C. Well, right now you're not even doing A. So you're not doing these things. So it's really just an old sales tactic, you know, because I come from corporate sales. So I just bring back around what they told me, you know, and say, hey, this is what you told me. Is this still the case? Do we need to change up? Because now when you ask that question, you not every time, but a lot of times you get a real response of, you know what, yeah, we do need to change. I'm going through it. You just whatever it is, and you figure it out. So competition's a little bit easier because I can be harder because we have like your show that you paid for, that you booked your hotel, you got your tan, and you paid all this money.
Oh yeah, you're gonna waste that money.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta so I have those things. Now in lifestyle, you know, you were talking about with you know, with the young lady with the husband with the wandering eye. That's where you got to really take your time and you become. You're not just a health coach, but you're a life coach because
Oh
you're
yeah.
because what people don't realize in what we do, we need to know about those outside factors. Why is your
Yeah.
cortisol high? Why are your hormones jacked up? All these different things. And I mean, look, as a coach, I'm learning more daily about these other factors because before, you know, 5, 6 years ago when I first got into it, to me, everybody was lazy. If you were
Yeah.
overweight, you were lazy. Like that. I mean, it was a very and
Like a
now
straight mindset. Yeah.
it was just, but now it's that understanding of okay, everybody's got different things going on. So as the coach, and why you pay me for my expertise is to figure out how to help you navigate those things. So it's really, I would say, like how I do it is conversations. And really one of the blessings of COVID was forcing me to be on Zoom and doing all these things way more often. And now
Yeah.
that's something that, you know, it's changed the way I do things to have these conversations, make sure people are checking in like this because now they can't hide anymore. Because I mean, you know, because you coach Kyrie online, you know, a lot of us now that are in the coaching game, a lot of our clients aren't in our city and, you know, everything like that. So a lot of people try to hide. You can't hide on Zoom.
Yeah.
I can tell I can tell if the haunches are starting to come back and
Mm-hmm.
and all those things. But yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's kind of that's the way I do. It's more about the you know, the conversations, you know, just having those
Yeah,
conversations
it's
with
building a real relationship with them beyond the coach and athlete type
Mm-hmm.
of relationship for sure. Yeah, because once they're more comfortable, I think the biggest goal that, other than like obviously your goal as a coach or a trainer is to get them results, but I feel like the first step is really to gain their trust, bro. Because without the trust, you're not going to get the results anyways. So become their friend first, but their coach at the same time. There's a silver
There's a
lining
line,
there,
yeah.
but yeah, there's a line, but they need, you need to have a relationship with them for sure, or else, why would they respect you, and do what you say? But some people, man, like I hate to say, maybe I just failed as a coach too on some clients. It's like they just mess up week after week, and it's like, at a certain point, you're like, hey man, I know you want to renew, but I don't want your money anymore.
See,
Like,
that's where I
and it's
was.
actually happened. It's actually
Yeah.
happened.
And that's
You
why I
know?
stopped, with my like 3 clients. I was like, dog, like what's going on? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like can you accomplish the mission? And I think also it's my fault, just me being immature. I think I talked about it before of just like I'm looking for me in my client. You know what I
yeah,
mean? If I can do it, dog. I was in Saudi eating grits and tuna, dog. You can eat whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just eat your food, bro. You ain't
yeah,
starving. But that's just not how people are just wired.
yeah,
So I'm glad we have somebody else to talk about this. How coaches, we have to fire clients sometimes. It
yeah,
just is what it is. Because at the end of the day, we can lay out your programming, right? We can't do it for you. The
hmm,
other thing is we can't make adjustments because all right, so you do consultation and you get some of these people that lie about how often they work out, all these different things. So all we can do is take your word for it at this point. So we
hmm,
create this program, and the program might be too much for you in terms of the training volume, just the nutritional intensity, i.e., keeping it more strict, all these different things, and it's too much for somebody. But they lied to us, and we didn't know that. So now the other thing, not the flip side, but another side of that, I'll call it a square, is people don't want to tell you what's going on, so they don't want to check in.
yeah,
They don't want to do those certain things, and then and it's like, well, look, you haven't checked in 3 weeks. I can't chase you down for these check-ins. Check-ins are how we know to make adjustments. We don't, and the check-in isn't about making adjustments every week. It's about seeing the adjustment that we made. Because as a coach, we're thinking when we make an adjustment, we're thinking about anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks down the road. We're
yeah,
not thinking about 2 or 3 days down the road. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So, but those are the things where I tell people, I'm like, look, you told me you wanted it so bad, and I gave you another chance, but you still have not checked in. You can't even update your weight. And there's some of y'all that will weigh yourselves 4 or 5 times in a day, but you can't tell me at least one of those.
yeah,
Come on, you can't be mad at us.
yeah, man. And sometimes they lie about the weight too, bro. What I did with some clients, I'm like, I guess they'll figure out whatever. Like they'll hear it. Like some people, I tell them usually, like with Kyrie, I just tell them send me your weight. because I trust them like that. But some people, I'm like, take a picture of the scale every morning and send it to me. Like, come on, man. Like, don't lie about
I
the
like
weight.
it.
Like, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm serious, bro. I actually have people send me pictures of the scale just because sometimes it just doesn't add up, and you know when it doesn't add up. You know, like I've had too many clients that like not like if I drop your carbs for the week by 300 grams and you gain 2 pounds, what the hell? Like, and you weighed yourself fasted, it's like, so
Something ain't working.
No, there's
yeah.
ways. Look, they don't realize there's ways we can tell. Like what, like my go to. What I'll do is I'll take somebody down to low to no carbs. I'll push their cardio. If they don't lose, because we know that's a quick fix. We know that's not some long term solution. I
Yeah,
know
I've done that too.
I know they're not. I know it. I'm like, look, you're too. I'm just gonna be real. You're too damn big for this to not make a change. Point blank. Period. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, it just is what it is. So, as we're talking about this, I know Kyrie wanted to ask this question, but I wanted to get this question in. So we're talking about coaching, we're talking about philosophies and everything like that. Talk to us about Top Optimized, what's kind of currently going on with Top Optimized. Kind of like I know Kyrie asked about goals, but where you kind of see how you see this year and the next couple of years, playing out and everything like
Yeah. So the business side of it.
that.
So Team Optimized LLC. So I've had it active for 2 years now, but I've been coaching for 5 years before that too. But I finally bought my own LLC this year. I was like, you know what, make everything official. Just
Congratulations.
finally pay my taxes. So yeah, hey, shit, the IRS might fucking find
Yep.
that, but hey, I'm good now. But anyways, like what's going on right now is ideally I wanted to just focus on competitors because, like you said, it's a lot easier. Most of the time when people want to compete, there's that goal of competing, that short term goal. So it's like they're gonna get shit done most of the time. Sometimes it still doesn't happen, but they get shit done. But you realize really fast that there's a lot more money in lifestyle because there's just a lot more of them, just sheer volume, right? So I'm coaching, like I said, a lot of lifestyle clients right now, and people that have goals to compete one day. So that's really good. So that's a big. It's not my main income right now. My job is my main income, but hopefully one day we can make that transition to make that my full time. And as for the goals this year, I definitely will turn Kyrie pro.
Yeah.
That's like he's ready. He's ready. And you know that too.
Oh yeah.
Like he's ready this year for sure. And just start. I'm competing myself too. I don't know if
Oh, so you
yeah.
just, I don't know, we kind of a little talk. Okay, good,
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. So I'm getting back on stage after 2 years. So just use that as a big marketing haul too. But I plan on winning everything too. Like there's no doubt. Like I want to win it. And market is kind of like it's kind of the main goal, but it just kind of comes with it. I'm there to win it. So, just market it a lot, get a lot of volume in the business. And down in a few years, man, honestly speaking, I want to be holding about it might sound surprising, only like 30 clients, man. It's yeah, like it's because I know where I live, the headquarters for Pro Physiques. I don't know if you know about that team, Paul Revela.
Mm.
They all live here, and I'm friends with a lot of their coaches. They actually wanted to hire me as one of their coaches, but I was like, I want to start my own thing. But dude, they hold like 80 to 120 clients per coach.
Ooh.
Like I was like, what? I mean, they're making bank, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but I want to start a business outside of the fitness industry as well. So, but this is my passion. I want to keep doing it. I want to keep coaching people. But, like I said, the goals with Team Optimize is to create a small team of people that is actually quality rather than just getting sheer numbers for the money of it. Because like I said, the money I'm not worried about because it's gonna come with the passion and hard work anyways. So I want to make Team Optimize. Team Optimize is a business out of passion rather than just making money, 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 Because I used to sell health insurance and I made the most money I ever did.
Mhm.
But I didn't like doing that. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, yeah. So I want say something about Team Optimize.
Yep.
So Team Optimize, TNEC. is like this. And the intersection of that, I never know where Kyrie is in relation to me when we're doing this. That's the intersection of this. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you will always see when sometimes, is Kyrie TNEC 1 trillion bazillion percent, but is Kyrie team optimized 1 trillion Brazilian percent?
Yeah, yeah.
Because every once in a while, somebody, oh, you coach Kyle? I'm like, no, that's just my brother. He's part of TNEC and everything like that. And Kyle knows he's shaking nodding his head.
Yeah.
That's his coach. And so I just want people that, as watching this and, stuck around this long, understand, we work together. You know what I'm saying? It's a team thing. So we support Team Optimize supports us. And then something that I want people to understand, like when you have that, because even, my coach over with Hard Body by Jay Timo, when you have coaches that are okay working together and in conjunction, that makes it better for the athletes.
Yeah.
So if there's something that Kyle doesn't know, he can reach out to me and vice versa. You see what I'm saying? And that makes it, and it's not about worrying about, oh, he gonna take my clients and all that stuff. Nah, we worried about helping everybody be the best. Because at the end of the day, these big stages, we want it to be somebody from each one of our teams duking it out. That's what it is.
Like Kyrie was challenging me the other day, and I'm like, damn. He was like, Coach, what show you doing? I'm like, listen, you want the smoke?
No, because listen.
Like, dude, out of nowhere, that's the first message. He was like, what show you doing? I'm like, you challenging me, bro?
So, like, I was curious. I think you posted something on Instagram or something. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, what shows you doing? And then you was just like, oh, you want some smoke? And I'm like, I want smoke now. I mean, what's up? I'm not going to deny it.
No, he'll probably destroy my ass. But what you call that? Yeah, but coming back to that, it's a community, man. It's like seeing, like, teammates, seeing, your friends competing against each other. Bro, that just makes it more fun. And it's like, at the end of the day, our sport, I hate to say it, it's, at a certain point, it is in our control with our work ethic and our diet, but it's still the judge's opinion at the end of the day. It's not powerlifting. It's like, are you stronger than this guy or not that day? It's. I'm sorry, we don't got the numbers like that. It's just based on how you look. So I believe that. And like I said, going back earlier, like it's not my main source of income. I do this because I love it. I love bodybuilding and fitness. So. When it comes to that, like, yeah, I'd rather be friends with other coaches and their teams and have a good relationship because I'm not trying to have this stress me out. It's like, oh, I'm trying to steal their clients. They're trying to steal mine. It's like, that's just a headache. I don't got time for that right now.
Mm-hmm.
So real quick, let's take it back to, was it Nationals of 2020?
Yeah.
Nationals of 2020. You didn't play so well.
Yeah. Oh.
How were you feeling in that moment?
So, never been not first call outs in my life. Never been, other than my first show, never been out of the top 2 of any open class, right? And I go in every show, honestly, like thinking I'm going to win it. Like, truly believing I'm going to win it. Mm-hmm. And even at Nationals, I thought I had a real chance of winning my pro card that year. And let me start off like on the stage, like even backstage, I already know like everyone looked amazing. I'm like, but it's always like this. I was like, so what? Everyone looks good. Obviously they won't be here if they don't look good. Everyone here has earned the spot to be here. But so I wasn't scared or anything. I was just like, all right, let's get this over with. And then we did the comparison round. We did the individual rounds and we were standing there and they started calling numbers for first call outs and they didn't call my number. I was like, hold up. Hold on a second.
Is my number on?
Dude, let me. And then second call outs got called and I didn't get called again. I was like, yo, my heart sank on stage, bro. Like I was actually hurt, bro. And then third call outs called and finally got called there. And I was just like, at that point, bro, it was just like, front pose, back pose. I was like just going through the motions. There was no more passion in my posing. I really lost it, bro, like mentally. And I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, God damn, this was the hardest. It was the hardest prep of my life. Among other things, like just the training and the dieting. It didn't went well with my body. So it was just really tough. And I'm like, damn, it hurt, man. But and I'll be honest, I wasn't like Kyrie, like when, because you handled a loss too, right?
Mm.
And you were a lot better than me. Like, yeah, I was telling myself, like, all right, everything happens for a reason. But honestly, bro, mentally, I was broken for months, bro. I didn't work out for like 2 months after that, just because it was bad, bro. I was like, maybe I don't even know if I want to compete again. Like, I don't know why, bro. It was so out of character for me. But I'll be honest, that's what happened. And then now I'm finally, it's been a while now. I got my fire back. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I'm not ending on that note, shit. So I knew it was not the best prep. So I was like, let me get this right
Yeah.
before. So that's how it went. I didn't do too well, but I was like, shit, that's the first time I got destroyed like that. I'm sure it'll happen again,
Mm-hmm.
especially once you reach the pro ranks. I'm sure it'll happen again. So, one of my favorite quotes, everyone falls in life, but when you fall, make sure you fall forward.
Yeah.
So I actually have a painting in my room that says that. So I just read that over and over, and I'm like, shit. I just got to keep going. Like, I still have the same goals of turning pro, same goals of just reaching that amazing physique. There's no feeling like it. You guys know, like, yeah, it sucks because you're a little hungry, but dude, you're shredded to the bone, veins popping everywhere. You walk to the grocery store with a tank top, everyone's looking at you.
Yeah.
You get random people complimenting you. I hate it. Like, it sounds like kind of narcissistic, but it's a good feeling when people see your hard work
Yeah.
and they're like, damn, even especially in the gym when you have a pump and you got other jack dudes and other jack women and they're complimenting you and you're like, damn, they know what they're talking about and they're
Mm-hmm.
complimenting me. It's one thing for random people in the grocery store to compliment you, but when actual bodybuilders are complimenting you too, you're like, shit, all right, cool. It's a good feeling. Like, I tell people, anyone that's into fitness, at least try competing once because it really did change my life.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
so I'm like, it's not for everyone, but at least try it once because the discipline that comes with it, the persistence, what you learn mentally through I think it's 100% worth it. I would do all of it all over again if I had a chance.
So that was a good question. Okay, in a great, yeah, both K's.
Yeah, yeah,
And a great answer because as you were answering it sparked something in my mind. So one of the differences in our sport, right? So you think about in other sports, football, basketball, all the greats have taken losses at some point. And the biggest difference is like when they work hard and all these different things, they're trying to score more points than somebody else. But one of the craziest things and the toughest things about our sport, you can work 10 times, you can do all these different things, but if the judges don't like it, I
Don't
don't want to say
matter.
it doesn't matter,
It don't
but
matter.
it's still, but it's still like, damn, I did everything better. I hit every doom, 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 but I still didn't get it. And so kind of like, so kind of like take us through because I know you kind of you touched on it, but like so you said you didn't lift for 2 months. You know, talk a little bit more about that because a lot of times people will like so somebody goes to your Instagram for example, right, and they'll see somebody that's in great shape that coaches people in great shape, and like I'm talking like you're legit, like not no photoshopping and that goofy stuff.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
talking about like legit. So a lot of those people don't think that we can take those kind of hits like that where we just wash it off. So kind of like go into like what was kind of going into your
Yeah,
mind.
man. So, like, first of all, like, I wanted to start off when people talk to me, like clients and friends, they think we have this like unbreakable will. Like, I speak it a lot because I want to have an unbreakable will, but at the end of the day, we still, I don't know. Sometimes we just get hit, and it's like shit. Like, let me lie low for a little second. But bro, when that happened, I didn't immediately after I lost, I didn't immediately stop working out. I was trying, I was forcing myself. I'm like, I gotta get better, I gotta get better. But bro, I never thought in my life for a long time I actually did not want to be in the gym. Like, working out did not make me feel better. I was just like, you know what? Let me just maybe I just need a break. So that's when I took the break and 2 months off. And bro, I realized like I want to get that back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to lose it because I started hating how I look again. I'm like, I remember everything. I remember why I started competing, and I'm like, what I preach, like losing is normal, and it's out of our control, which is the truth. But I'm like, why am I letting it get to me?
Mm.
And so I think honestly, when people post motivational shit on social media, like I do, here's my theory, because this is for me. When I post that shit, usually I post it for me, bro. Like I needed those words. So, when I talk about like, hey, never give up, like fall forward. If you're gonna fall forward, nothing changes if nothing changes. Like those are some of my favorite quotes. If you want to get out of your situation, you gotta make a change. So, you know, and when I post all that, it's like it's me talking to myself, bro.
Mm.
So especially during those time when I was trying to bounce back, there was a lot of that in my head. But yeah, man, we definitely take the hits, and sometimes that got the best of me for a while. But I'm happy to say I survived through that mentally, and now I'm back, like kicking harder than ever.
Good.
So yeah. Do you have like any experience with that when it comes to competing?
North Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When Steve,
you handled that really well
man,
though, bro.
but
Like I
like,
don't know, at least with our conversation.
well, like, yeah, because it was just like now I have to prove something, right? And when
Yeah,
Steve Weinberger, so I got called out in the first call outs, right?
yeah.
And then they told me to get back in, get
Oh,
back in
that's
line.
the worst.
That's
Yeah,
embarrassing, right? I was
yeah.
embarrassed, and my stomach,
Yeah.
my heart just dropped to my stomach, and I was like, what?
I didn't
Excuse
even.
me?
Yeah.
It's just like, and then second call outs, whatever, and it was just like I have to, like, when Steve looked at me. So I'm used to like people looking at me and being like, "That's the winner,"
Yeah.
or "That's the guy." What is that? On the local level, but on the national level was an entire different beast. Steve was looking at me like I'm another dude. Like I was a
Yeah.
gym bro. I was doing my individual. He just looked at me and looked right back down,
Oh, dude.
and I was heartbroken.
Oh,
Heartbroken. So
bro.
now I use that as fuel because the universe, ironically enough, Steve is running it.
Steve's show.
I
Yeah.
want you, bro. I want you. I want to take your soul and being like, dog, like, I saw you a year ago. I don't know what happened, bro. But yo, that's the man. You a bad dude. You know what I mean? So, you can definitely use that as fuel and, propel you to, new
I'm
heights.
happy you use that fuel like real fast too, rather than taking the downtime like I did. But bro, it's coming like with the Steve thing, bro. I know exactly how that feels. 2018 was the first time I went for my pro card at the Caribbean Grand Prix. Steve was the head judge. Same exact thing. Looked up and looked back at his paper.
Yep.
I was like,
That's it.
this guy is heartless.
Yo, facts.
Yeah.
Yo.
Dude, he's a scary judge just because you know his status and
Yeah.
he has the RBF, so
Mm-hmm.
it's like, damn, you don't know if he's impressed or not. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, using that as fuel, man, that's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So my big L experience, I'll tell like the one good thing about it for me was I had a show the very next week, so I didn't
You
have
didn't
time
have time to
to dwell on
salt.
it because basically so that was my fourth pro show, and I I was like, yo, I'm on it. Like I already know I felt I mean I no funny crap. I really that was like mentally the best I felt going into a show.
Hmm.
Calling out the numbers, for the top five. They didn't call me, and then what was rough, obviously I've told the story several times, was everybody in the back like, Isaac, why are you not out there?
Mm.
And I knew they meant it as a compliment, but that hurt. I was like, I don't know. I wish I could tell you,
Yeah,
And I'm just sitting there. But I think for me, where I was, I was blessed. I didn't have time to stew on it. Because, I mean, look, that hurted, man.
yeah,
That hurt. And thankfully, I had an athlete go on and, win her pro class. So that kind of took some of the sting out of it. So Coach Isaac was, ecstatic.
yeah. You're real happy. Yeah,
So that kind of so I was very blessed in that situation because I know, I mean, I shouldn't say unfortunate, but you guys didn't have a show like literally right after,
yeah.
Mm.
so you don't have that
Like that was the
I get
last
back
thing,
in. Yeah.
yeah.
last thing you remember.
And so it's like, but it still hurt. I mean, and it drove me, through the season. I kept telling myself, I don't want to feel that again. I don't want to feel that again.
So
Okay.
I actually, you remind me of something. So whenever I got second at Show of Champions,
Yeah,
I walked backstage and some other guy who got second in like class B or whatever, right? He was like, "Oh man, you got second?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, I got second too." They're like, "Don't feel bad." Oh man. Oh man, the fire. I was just like, you comparing yourself to me? But that's the thing. Like, and that's truly where it's just like you can definitely use it as fuel. And I have used it as fuel. I put that shit in the ammo box and I was like, let's go. If I don't feel like, remember that guy who compared him to you? What is that? You know? So that's one of those things where it's just like, yo, hey, load it up. Get shooting.
Yeah. Like time to work again, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and coming back with what you said earlier, Isaac, like with coaching, like you got one of your girls that won. Bro, when I'm used to seeing Cooper just fucking win everything. So, bro, last season, like I didn't want to show you, bro. When we were texting, like, dude, my heart just sank. Like I was like, fuck. And like we tried, I tried something new with Kyrie, and he knows it. We instead of backloading like the usual stuff, like for peak week, we front loaded. So it was completely different. I was 100% sure at the time that it was better, but it was not necessarily the
It
case. So
happens.
I felt so responsible for that, bro. Like I actually had teary eyes in the gym while we were texting. I'm like, and I had the shittiest workout of my life just because of how bad I felt, bro. So and I think I don't know if it was that same night or the next day. I gave him a call and texted him. I'm like, bro, I feel like shit. I'm so sorry, but he brought me up even instead of me bringing him up. He was like, it's all good, coach. It happens. It was like time to get back to work. I was like, shit. See, I was like, damn. Like, how blessed am I as a coach to have someone say that? So I really appreciated that. Yeah.
Appreciate it. So we are
Yeah.
47 minutes deep, dog. And there
Holy
we
shit. I
just
didn't
I feel
even
like we just
notice.
scratched the surface, dog.
Yeah. Shit.
Easy,
I didn't
good
even know.
conversation, man. It's easy.
Yeah. So once again, thank you for taking time out of your day to come
Definitely.
For
talk
sure.
to us. I'm excited for your season,
You
because
first.
dog, yeah, I'll lead from the front, man. And if you need me to come down and train with you at peak week, I got you, bro. Just say the word. But it's definitely going to be exciting this year, with everything we got going on.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm blessed to have you, brother. That's why I give you high regards to everyone. Hey, you need a coach? I know a guy. I know a
Appreciate you,
guy,
man.
Kyle, right? Yeah, man. Any last words, Isaac?
Now, again, thank you, Kyle. One, for joining us. Glad we finally got you on here. And then something I said to you privately, now I want to say publicly. I want to thank you for your work with, Kyrie, because no secret how fond I am of my little brother over there. So, trusting. I know you got his best interest, and that means a lot, because something I've said on here before. Kyrie's dad trusts me to watch out for Kyrie. So I'm trusting you to watch out for Kyrie as his coach. So it's that whole big family of everything. And, just thank you for all done with him. He's a special guy. You're a special coach. So I'm glad I get a front row seat to all of it. I'm glad I get to, I'm just glad, so I just want to thank you for that, publicly, on this, because you got to give the flowers. And I'm excited to see where you take Top Optimized, because you two are
Appreciate
great
that.
poster children for it. So somebody does not want to get down with that. That's their own damn problem. You know what I'm saying? So definitely excited to say that. And before we forget, like, comment, subscribe. And that's all I got to say. All right.
See you guys.
Later.